What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of MLB action here on Wednesday, August 6th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think is the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, looks like we've got a pretty good one cooking. Now, we did get off to a bad start. We had the Tigers at minus 165. That was a pretty annoying 6-3 loss. Paddock wasn't very good against his old team, and the Detroit offense could only get one run there off of Zebby Matthews. So a rough way to start the day, but we bounced back quickly with a win there on the Rangers at minus 135. A 2-0 win behind 8 innings of one-hit ball there from Eovaldi with a base and a bases-loaded 2-run single in the bottom of the 8th. Warren was actually excellent in this game for the Yankees, but their bullpen continues to be a huge issue. Now, we still have a few games live. Toronto at minus 1.5. They're very live. They're up 8-4 in the top of the 9th with runners on second and third and nobody out. So that's looking very likely to be a win. We've got the Angels at minus 125. That one's not looking so hot. They're down by 4 runs there in the top of the 7th against Tampa Bay. So we'll see if that can turn around. But we cashed both our dog of the day and our lock of the day. Our dog of the day, guys, was the Reds at plus 155, a very big underdog, a game I did not really understand the pricing there, and it was a 5-1 win for them. They got an excellent start there from my twin brother, Zach Littell, who went 7 innings, gave up only 1 run. So shout out to him. Huge win there on the Reds at plus 155. We also cashed our massive lock of the day there on Boston at minus 235. A comfortable 6-2 win behind a good start there from Crochet. And even though Berger wasn't really that bad, the Kansas City bullpen didn't have a very good time. So a nice win there for Boston, and any of you guys that took it minus 1.5 or took Crochet to get a win in this game, both of those paid off. So it looks like we could be in for a very nice day. Not as good of a day as the premium members got, though. That looks like it's going to be pretty nuts. We'll recap that here in a minute, guys. But right now, we're going to dive in. We've got a full slate to cover here. And first up, we've got the Baltimore Orioles going on the road to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Orioles come into this game 51-63 on the year. They've lost their last 3 in a row, got shut out 5-0 in their last game. They'll hand the ball here to Trevor Rogers, who's 4-2 this season, a 1.44 ERA. He's obviously had a great year, coming off an 8-inning, 4-hit, 1-run outing there against the Cubs, which we eventually saw Baltimore lose 1-0. That has to stink. Over his last 5 starts, he's been phenomenal. We'll see what he can do here against the Phillies. Obviously, a fairly tough team to face, but Trevor Rogers, guys, he's having a hell of a season. Now, the Orioles bullpen, on the other hand, it's been pretty bad. I know you've all seen that going pretty much all season long, and their offense has been a big problem, obviously getting shut out in their last game. 0-3-3 over their last few. Not killing it. They got much worse there at the plate at the trade deadline, and yeah, I'm not seeing anything turn around right now. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Philadelphia Phillies, who have won 3 straight. They're now 2.5 games up on the Mets. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Ranger Suarez, who's 8-4 this season, a 2.68 ERA. His last start was against Detroit, 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. Isn't lights out necessarily, but it's very solid, and Detroit gets the 5-4 win in that game. They're 2-0 over his last 2 starts. He has had some hiccups in there, but he's been pretty good this season in general. I can't say the same for the Phillies bullpen, though. That's been pretty rough. The offense, 5-13, 2-5-5 over their last few games. I'm not going to say they're hitting the cover off the ball. They're 9th in the majors in runs scored and 4th in the majors in batting average, though, for a reason. This is a pretty solid team at the plate. So looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the Orioles are plus 140. The Phillies are minus 155. We've got a total of 8.5 in this game. Baltimore's 24-35 on the road, 37-20-2 to the under on the road. The Phillies are 36-20 at home, 29-24-3 to the over at home. I think this is a very solid spot to take under 8.5, maybe, but better than that, I like under in the first 5 innings, dodging those 2 pretty crappy bullpens. You could even talk me into no-run first inning in this game. I think that's fine as well. Now, in terms of a side, I am going to lean just slightly here towards the Phillies, but without any real conviction, Trevor Rogers is just that good. Next on the docket, we've got the San Francisco Giants going on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Giants are now a 500 team. They got the 8-1 win there in Pittsburgh in Game 2 of this series. In Game 3, they're going to hand the ball to Robbie Ray, who's 9-5 on the year, a 2.85 ERA. His last start, he was very good there against the Mets in what was eventually a 4-3 extra inning win. He went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits and only 1 earned run. Over his last 5 starts, I would say 4 of them were very, very good. So we'll see what he can do here against the generally light-hitting Pirates. Not a team he's faced this season. Now, the Giants bullpen, obviously, that's not their problem this year. They've been one of the better bullpens in the majors. Maybe a couple bumps in the road here lately, but still a very, very solid bullpen. The offense coming with 8 runs yesterday, they're actually swinging the bats pretty well. 8, 4, 12, 6, and 4 over their last few is hot hitting for a team that over the course of the year is 22nd in runs scored. So we'll see what they can do here against the Pirates, who at 49 and 65 on the year are obviously just playing out the end of a pretty rough season. They're hitting the ball here to Andrew Heaney, who's 5 and 9 on the season, a 4.89 ERA. His last start was against the Rockies, 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, and eventually a 17-16, that crazy, insane game where we saw the Pirates eventually lose. He hasn't been horrible this year, but has some really bad starts mixed in. So we'll see what he can do in this game. The Pirates' bullpen's actually been fairly respectable, although recently it's had some problems. The offense has been terrible all year long. That's been the worst part of the season for this team. They're last in runs scored, last in slugging percentage, and not getting any better anytime soon. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Pirates are plus 128 at home. The Giants are minus 165 here, or 156 on the road. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Giants are 28 and 31 on the road, 31, 24, and 4 to the over on the road. The Pirates, they're 32 and 25 at home, 30, 26, and 1 to the under at home. I'm probably not going to take under 8 in this game, but I do think the Giants at minus 156 are live here. I'm not interested in taking teams as huge favorites that are as bad as the Giants are, so probably not going to get anywhere near the pinned comment. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Cleveland Guardians going on the road to take on the New York Mets. The Guardians come into this game 58 and 55 on the season. They've been playing pretty well. Won the first 2 games of this series, including Game 2, where they won 3-2, thanks in large part to Kwan. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Gavin Williams, who's 6 and 4 on the year, a 3.33 ERA. He's coming off a very good start against the Twins. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed. So we'll see what he can do here against the Mets. But he's been throwing the ball pretty well here down the stretch in terms of history against. Oh yeah, he hasn't faced the Mets this season. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the Cleveland bullpen, no huge problems there. A 3.60 bullpen ERA is very respectable. The offense, 3, 7, 4, 5, 3, and 5 over their last few games is actually pretty solid for a team that's 26th in runs scored this year and last in batting average. But they've turned things around a little bit. Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan kind of carrying the load. So we'll see what they do here in New York to take on the Mets, who are 63 and 51 on the year. 2.5 games back now of the Phillies. They're going to hand the ball to David Peterson, who's 7 and 4 this season, a 2.83 ERA. His last start was against the Giants. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs is not bad. And honestly, over his last 5 starts, he's been excellent. The problem is we just don't usually, the Mets have been pretty mediocre recently and for quite a while, if I'm being honest. So we'll see if they can give him some run support. We'll see if their bullpen can do anything to really back him up. The Mets bullpen, obviously, that hasn't been their biggest problem this season, but lately it's been a little bit problematic, all the way up to a 3.81 bullpen ERA. That's not great. So the offense is going to have to step up at some point. They haven't been doing that lately, though. 2, 6, 4, 12, 3, and 0 runs over their last few games is not great for a team that's supposed to be excellent at the plate. They're actually 22nd now in batting average. That's not usually going to get the job done. So look at the numbers here, guys. The Guardians are plus 150. The Mets are minus 175. We've got a total of 8 in this game. Cleveland's a 500 road team. They're 28, 23, and 5 to the under on the road. The Mets are 38 and 19 at home, 27, 27, and 3 to the over/under at home. I honestly lean a little bit towards the Guardians here at plus 150. I don't hate it. It's going on the list as a potential dog of the day. Gavin Williams has been throwing the ball really, really well, and the Guardians are kind of making things happen. Now, in terms of my favorite lean for this game, I don't hate under 8 at all. I think that's very decent in this game. I also think no run first inning is super, super live in this spot. Hey guys, hopping in here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB and UFC picks with NFL preseason picks mixed in there as well. And, we've got regular NFL and, college football coming up before you know it. So those will be in the mix very, very soon. Major League Baseball has been our most profitable sport the last several years in a row and has had a great 2025 season so far. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll be able to see exclusive free picks that are only posted there, our free-to-use bet size calculator, and our premium top confidence picks, which might not usually will not always match what you see here in the videos, as I'm not the premium MLB handicapper over there at Stump the Spread. We've got a monster with many more years of experience than me, and he is having, once again, a banner day. Had a very solid day there on the 4th and on the 5th. It looks like he's got a very realistic chance to end up going 5-0. He got off to a great start there with the Astros as a one-unit play, cashed that one. The Rangers as a one-unit play, a win there as well. He had the no-run first inning there on Tampa Bay and the Angels. That was a win. He had the Giants as a 1.5 unit play. They came through. All he's got left on the board there is the Arizona Diamondbacks as a 1-unit play. They're currently up 3-2 in the top of the 6th inning. So we'll see if they can hold on there, but if they do, that's going to be a perfect 5-0 day for our premium members after a 4-2 day there yesterday. So very, very good stuff there coming out of the premium picks. Our guy is a monster, uses some very sophisticated tools and algorithms to make all of his predictions, taking a crazy amount of data points into consideration. So definitely consider signing up for a premium membership. If you're looking for, more to back that up, you can see some of the comments that have been on the screen recently talking about the premium picks. I'm sure you'll be able to see in the comments on this video as well some people shouting out the premium picks because that is a very, very good day. Been a very, very couple good days and a good month of August so far after an insanely good month of July where our premium MLB capper made somewhere around 56 units in profit. So definitely get over there, check that out. Also get on the free email list over there at stumpthespread.com. All they need is your name and your email address to set up a free account, and you'll get at least one free pick in that email every single day straight to your inbox, oftentimes 2 free picks, information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, all kinds of good stuff like that. And you'll also get, WNBA picks are very often covered in there, and there are parlays included in those emails as well. So it's great to get in on that, guys. Definitely get over to stumpthespread.com by clicking the link in the description and check that out. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to become a YouTube channel member. YouTube channel members get their name up on screen in every video, get early access to all of our videos, and guys, you get access to our members only giveaways. We're going to be doing a double giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 Stump the Spread hoodies here on Thursday. So the Thursday video, whenever it comes out, there will be 2 spins in there. Hopefully we'll have Baby Stump included in those. He'll be pushing the button for, or we'll try to have him push the button for those spins, and we'll see who wins those Stump the Spread hoodies mailed straight to their mailbox. So become a YouTube channel member if you're interested in that. But let's go ahead and dive back in. We have a massive slate to cover here on Wednesday. And next up, we're going to be looking at the Cincinnati Reds going on the road to take on the Chicago Cubs. The Reds come into this game winners of the first 2 games of the series there at Wrigley. They won 5-1 yesterday, so slam that thumbs up button, guys, if you enjoyed cashing our huge underdog there yesterday. A very, very nice win. Zach Littell, our twin brother, going out there and looking great, striking out 8 and 7 innings. Really, really killing it there right out of the gates for the Reds. The Reds are going to hand the ball in this game to Andrew Abbott, who's 8-1 on the year, a 2.15 ERA. His last start was against the Braves, and it wasn't his best. 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. He walked 5 in that game, just clearly didn't have his best control. So we'll see if he can bounce back here, going up against the Cubs, a team that he faced in back-to-back games in late May and was lights out in both appearances. So I think Andrew Abbott in for a very good day in this one. The Reds bullpen has been good recently. Obviously, they've had massive ups and downs over the course of the year, but recently they've been very, very solid. So expecting good stuff from their pitching staff. The offense, 5-3, 2-3, and 11 over their last few games. I'm not going to say they're swinging the hottest bats right now, but we'll see. I mean, they are 10th in the majors in runs scored, but 20th in slugging percentage and 16th in batting average. I do always worry about the Reds' offense at least a little bit. So we'll see what they do here against the Cubs, who are 65-48 on the season. They've obviously lost their last 2 in a row. They're now 4 games back of Milwaukee in the NL Central. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Cade Horton, who's 5-3 on the year, a 3.42 ERA. This young 23-year-old putting in some pretty solid work. His last start, 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed there against Baltimore. Honestly, his last 3 starts and 4 out of his last 5 have been bonkers. Hasn't given up an earned run in 4 out of his last 5 starts. Crazy work there. So we'll see if he can keep that rolling here against the Reds, a team that he somehow has managed to not face yet this year. So we'll see how things look for Cade Horton. I would say I'm a little bit worried about him. He is 23 years old, so I expect some inconsistency, but the way he's been throwing the ball right now, I can't say anything negative. Now, the Cubs bullpen, pretty solid this year, a 3.85 bullpen ERA. Nothing to complain about there. And the offense, well, that's where the problems start to crop up here recently. I mean, 1, 2, 5, 3, 1, 10, and 3 over their last few games. They've been one of the highest scoring teams in the majors this year. They just haven't been swinging the bats like it recently. So we'll see how that goes, see if they can come up with something here against Andrew Abbott, a pitcher they've struggled against this season. So looking at the numbers, guys, we're seeing, the Reds, they're plus 118. The Cubs are minus 144. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Reds are 26-28 on the road, 29-24-1 to the under on the road. The Cubs are 35-19 at home, so a great home team. They are 26-24-4 to the over at home. I'm going to be leaning quite a bit here towards the Cincinnati Reds at plus 118. With Abbott on the mound, it just seems too good to pass up. I know Cade Horton's been throwing the ball incredibly well recently, so it is a little bit more sketchy, but at plus 118 with Abbott on the mound, that seems very, very hard to pass up. I also like no run first inning in this game. I like under 8 in this game as well, so Plenty of value here showing on the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago Cubs. Rolling through these games, we've got the New York Yankees going on the road to take on the Texas Rangers. The Yankees have now lost 5 in a row. Slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Rangers there with us yesterday. Eovaldi really carried them in that game. Now, the Yankees are going to hand the ball to Carlos Rodon in this one, hoping he can get them back on track. He's 11-7 on the year, a 3.34 ERA. His last start was against the Marlins. He was not very good, only lasting 4 2/3 innings, and really he hasn't had a good start since the All-Star break. So we'll see if he can bounce back here going up against the Rangers. The Yankees bullpen's been a disaster down the stretch. That's a huge problem for this team right now, and the offense isn't doing much to help. 0, 5, 3, 0, and 12 runs over their last few games. Right now, they're still first in the majors in runs scored, 10th in batting average, but those numbers are trending in a negative direction. It's not looking great right now. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Rangers, who've won 3 out of their last 4. They're 4.5 games back there in the AL West. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Jack Leiter. He's 7-6 on the year, a 4.10 ERA. His last start was against the Mariners. 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Not great, especially in a 4-3 loss, but that was a little bit of that was a pretty big letdown actually after back-to-back solid starts. So we'll see if this young 25-year-old can pull it together and have a good outing here against the Yankees. I mean, you got to imagine the Yankees are going to bust out this slump at some point, but we'll have to wait and see. He hasn't faced the Yankees yet this year, so no history against. The Rangers bullpen's been top of the mountain this season, one of the best couple bullpens in the majors. The offense has had its ups and downs. I mean, it was a pretty bad offense for most of the year, but 2, 8, 4, 6, and 3 over their last few is honestly fairly hot hitting for a team that's 21st in the majors in runs scored and 29th in on-base percentage. So look at the numbers, guys. The Yankees are -138. The Rangers are +118. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Yankees are 26-31 on the road, 29, 25, and 3 to the under on the road. The Rangers are 35-20 at home, 35, 19, and 1 to the under at home. Once again, I don't think under 8 is insane in this game, but I don't love it. In terms of a side, I am going to lean just a bit towards the Yankees at -138. I think this is where they probably snap this losing streak. But guys, this is not a game where I'm showing tons of value or have much confidence. Next on the docket, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Colorado Rockies. The Blue Jays just came up with a solid 10-4 win there for us yesterday, so we cashed the Blue Jays there at -1.5. Slam that thumbs up button, guys. Another nice win. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Kevin Gausman. He's 7-8 on the year, a 3.99 ERA, fresh off a very bad start there, an uncharacteristically bad start against the Royals. 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs. This is a great chance for him to bounce back here going up against the Rockies team that we all know has been atrocious this year, record-settingly. So we'll see what he can do, but I'm expecting him to be great. I'm expecting that Toronto bullpen to continue to look good. It has had some bumps in the road down the stretch here, but yeah, I don't think we're going to have too much trouble there against the Rockies. And the offense for Toronto, obviously putting up double-digit runs in each of the first 2 games of the series. I would be pretty shocked to see them cool off now. So looking at their opponent here, the Rockies, obviously, like I said, historically bad. They're going to hand the ball to Kyle Freeland here. He's 2-11 on the season, a 5.26 ERA. His last start, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs given up against Cleveland, and a 5-0 loss. He's had some decent outings this year, but having a decent outing against the Toronto Blue Jays at this point in his season seems unlikely. Also, the Rockies bullpen has been terrible, and their offense has not been much better. I mean, they put up 4 runs in the last game, 4, 1, 5, 8, 17, and 0. I know they had that kind of crazy series there against the Pirates, but that has not been the norm for this team. So looking at the numbers here, guys, Toronto's -205. The Rockies are +172. Got a total of 11.5. Toronto's 28-29 on the road, 28, 26, and 3 to the over on the road. Colorado is 16-40 at home. 16-40. Crazy. They're 28, 26, and 2 to the under at home. I'm obviously taking the Blue Jays in this game, guys. There's no way I'm going to be backing the Rockies here. I think Gausman has a nice bounce back in this game. I think the offense keeps on churning out runs. You could definitely interest me in Toronto here at -205 as a potential lock of the day, or just running it back and taking a -1.5. Next on the docket, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. Now, the Rays lost Game 1. Looks like they've got a very good chance here to win Game 2. They're up 7-3 in the top of the 8th inning, so we'll see if they can bring this one home. They're going to hand the ball here in Game 3 of this series to Shane Baz. He's 8-8 on the year, a 4.79 ERA. His last start was against the Dodgers, and it didn't go great. 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs allowed, and a 5-0 loss. We can't help but notice that the Rays are 0-5 over his last 5 starts. So that's not a very positive history there. We'll see what he can do in this start. The Rays bullpen hasn't been really very good at backing up their starters recently. A 3.77 bullpen ERA isn't terrible, but it's trending in the wrong direction. And the offense, guys, the bottom has fallen out. 1-0, 4, 0, 4, 4, and 5 over their last several games. They have put up a 7 spot in their current game, so congrats on that, but they are not swinging the hottest bats coming into this one. So we'll see what they can do against these Angels, who are 55 and 58 on the year. Probably not headed anywhere important this season, but finishing the year with, looks like they're actually trying. They're hitting the ball in this one to Tyler Anderson. He's 2-7 on the year, a 4.49 ERA. His last start was against the White Sox, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. So not his best stuff, and honestly, he's had a pretty down season this year. So we'll see what he can do against Tampa Bay, but I'm not expecting miracles from him or from the Angels bullpen, which has been one of the worst bullpens in the majors this season. That's obviously a big problem, and the offense, while it has dug them out of some holes and is pretty decent, 3 runs in their current game, not looking great, and 17th in runs scored and 26th in batting average doesn't fill me with tons and tons of optimism. So looking at the numbers for this game, guys, the odds makers have it listed as a coin flip. Both teams are minus 110, a total of 9 out there. Tampa Bay is 23 and 29 on the road, 30, 21, and 1 to the under on the road. The Angels are 30 and 28 at home, 31, 24, and 3 to the over at home. In terms of the side in this game, I'm going to be leaning just slightly here towards the Rays with, Shane Baz on the mound. I think he'll give him a chance, but guys, we could see a vintage Tyler Anderson start, and that could mess this all up, so I'm staying far, far away from this one. Next up on this very busy Wednesday, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals headed to LA to take on the Dodgers. Now, the Cardinals and Dodgers are playing right now with the Dodgers up 5-2 in the top of the 6th inning. The Cardinals not having a great time down the stretch. They're a 500 team now. They're going to hand the ball here to Matthew Liberatore, who's 6 and 9 on the year, a 3.96 ERA. His last couple of starts were both against the Padres. Both were losses for the Cardinals. He was mediocre in both of those outings. I'm not expecting this guy to go out and have a good time against the Dodgers' pretty loaded lineup. So that's a big concern. I also worry about a little bit about the Cardinals bullpen, although it's been so good this year and pretty consistently good. I guess I shouldn't be that worried, even though they definitely made it worse there at the trade deadline. The offense for the Cardinals is what has really fallen apart. They put up 2 runs in their current game. They're currently 13th in runs scored, 22nd in slugging percentage, and they have been swinging some ice-cold bats. So we'll see if they can salvage anything here against these Dodgers, who are 65 and 48 on the year. They've got a 3-game lead over the Padres in the NL West. They're going to hand the ball here to Ohtani. He comes into this game looking, to continue to work his way in, get a little bit more stamina built up, be allowed to throw a few more innings. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I do worry a little bit about Ohtani here on the mound because they're not going to let him go super deep into games, and that puts more pressure on a Dodgers bullpen that just has not been all that good. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, they made moves to improve the bullpen here down the stretch, so we'll see if that actually pans out. The Dodgers bullpen, has, like I said, has struggled, but the offense has in general, kind of picked the slack up. They are 3rd in the majors in runs scored and 4th in on-base percentage, but they haven't really been killing the ball, I would say, over their last at least 10 to 15 plus games. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Cardinals are plus 170. The Dodgers are minus 200. We've got a total of 9 out there. The Cardinals are 25 and 33 on the road, 28, 27, and 3 to the over on the road. The Dodgers are 35 and 22 at home, 33, 22, and 2 to the over at home. This isn't a game that I love. I would lean maybe a little bit towards over 9. I don't think that's crazy in this spot necessarily. In terms of a side, though, I don't know if I want to back the Dodgers at minus 200 with Ohtani on the mound. I guess that's my lean, but not a high value spot. Cruising right along, we're looking at the Houston Astros going on the road to take on the Miami Marlins. The Astros have gotten wins in each of the first 2 games of this series. They're 64 and 50 on the year with a 3.5 game lead in the AL West. They'll hand the ball in this game to Spencer Arrighetti. He's coming back from that thumb issue. He's going to make the start here against the Marlins. The last time we saw him on the mound was very, very early in April. So, yeah. We will see what they get out of him. That could be a huge boost to the rotation here down the stretch this season. So that could be a big, big deal. Keep an eye on this. The Astros bullpen obviously has been good this year. That hasn't been a problem. The offense has been hitting the ball very, very well so far in this series. So those are also positives. Altuve and Diaz both hitting home runs there in game 2. So this team is swinging the bats pretty well over the course of the year. They're 2nd in batting average, 9th in on-base percentage, but 18th in runs scored. Seems like a team that should be scoring some more runs here down the stretch. So we'll see if that happens. I like this direction. Now, Spencer Arrighetti, I don't know what they're going to get from him here right out of the gate. So we'll see what they do against the Marlins, who are now 2 games below 500. They've been a much more competitive team this year than last year, so big steps in the right direction. They're hitting the ball in this one to Jansen Junk. He's sporting a 3.86 ERA coming off of a very rocky start there against the Yankees, where he gave up 6 earned runs in only 5 innings. His last, I would say, 3 starts have been a little bit below par, so we'll see what they get from him in this one, but not exactly expecting miracles here from Jansen Junk, who has not been throwing the ball well. The Marlins bullpen, maybe a shade better than their 4.05 bullpen ERA over the course of the season, but not a great bullpen, and the offense is sputtering a little bit in this series as well, scoring 3 and 2 runs respectively. They're 19th in the majors in runs scored, 19th in on-base percentage. Just not an amazing team right now. So looking at the numbers, the odds makers actually have this listed as a coin flip. Both teams are minus 110. We've got a total of 8. Houston's 28 and 26 on the road, 26, 23, and 5 to the under on the road. Miami's 27 and 30 at home, 33 and 24 to the under at home. I actually think this is a pretty decent spot to lean towards the Astros. Now, I'm not sure if this will make it into the pinned comment just because it's Arrieta's first time back out on the mound after missing almost the whole season, but I do like this spot a lot more for the Astros, even though they're going for their 3rd straight win here against the Marlins, than I like it for the Marlins with Jansen Junk on the mound. Next on the slate, we've got the Athletics going on the road to take on the Washington Nationals. The Athletics got the blowout 16-7 win in Game 1 of this series in Washington. They're going to hand the ball in Game 2 to Jeffrey Springs, who's 10-7 on the year, a 4.00 ERA. His last couple starts have been very good. I would say 3 out of his last 5 starts have been excellent. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and a 5-4 win against the Mariners. Very good stuff there. We'll see what he can do here against the Nationals. Not a team he's faced this season. The Athletics bullpen is obviously a huge problem, one of the worst bullpens in the majors. The offense has been all over the place, obviously coming off a 16-run game. That's great, but that hasn't always been the norm for this team. That being said, they are an above-average offense, 11th in batting average, 6th in slugging percentage, so we'll see if they can continue to hit the ball well here against the Nationals, who are 44 and 68 on the year. That loss yesterday was their 6th straight loss. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Cade Cavalli. Very little information on this guy right now. We'll see what he does. Obviously, he was a big prospect there for them. He's had Tommy John surgery a couple years ago. We'll see what he can do now up here with the big league team. Getting to face the Athletics, I guess there are worse spots to, get out there on the big league mound. So we'll see what he can do. The Nationals bullpen might be in for a long day, and if they are, that's a problem because they've been the worst bullpen in the majors this year. The offense, 7-3-2, 9-1, and 4 runs over their last few. Not the worst offense in the world. They're 19th in runs scored, 18th in batting average, but also, not really the best. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Athletics are minus 130. The Nationals are plus 110. We've got a total of 9. The Athletics are 26 and 31 on the road, 28, 23, and 6 to the over on the road. Washington's 21 and 34 at home. They're 30, 24, and 1 to the under at home. This is a weird spot, guys, obviously with a pretty much at least one unknown out there on the mound, so I'm going to be staying away from this game in general. If you're begging me for a side here, give me the Athletics as a tiny lean at minus 130, but I'm staying far away from this one. Next up, we've got the Kansas City Royals going on the road to take on the Boston Red Sox. The Royals come into this game losers of the first 2 in this series. They're going to hand the ball here in Game 3 to Michael Wacha, who's 5-9 on the year, a 3.38 ERA. His last start was against the Blue Jays, and he was amazing. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed. It was a solo home run. He walked 0 and struck out 5 in a 9-3 win. Honestly, his last 4 starts have been incredible. He's given up 1 earned run in each of those. Despite all that, guys, the Royals are still only 2-2 over that span. So we'll see if he can be, okay, coming off of an extended start here going up against the Red Sox. Not a team he's faced this year, so we'll see how that goes. The Royals bullpen has been very solid this year, a 3.71 bullpen ERA. Not a whole lot of fluctuation from that unit either. The problem for the Royals has been their lack of offense. 2, 5, 7, 2, 9, 1, and 9 over their last few games is honestly pretty hot hitting for a team that is still 29th in the majors in runs scored and 27th in on-base percentage. They tried to bolster that lineup a little bit at the trade deadline. We'll see if that works out here. So far, though, not looking that incredible. Now, they're taking on a Red Sox team that's playing their best ball this season. They've won 7 in a row. They're only 3 games back of Toronto in the AL East. They're going to hand the ball in this game to newly acquired Dustin May. He is 6-7 this season, a 4.85 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs against Boston. We'll see how things look here with him pitching for Boston. So, yeah, we'll see. Dustin May, not really somebody I look at as an amazing option on the mound, despite being, a red beard brother. So we'll see what he can do. The bullpen for the Red Sox has been excellent. That's not the problem with this team. They've been lights out, and the offense is hitting the ball well. 6, 8, 6, 7, 2, and 13 over their last few games. They're currently 4th in the majors in runs scored, 5th in batting average. I have very few negatives to list here about the way the Red Sox are playing. So looking at the numbers, the Royals are actually plus 125 here. The Red Sox are minus 150. We've got a total of 9 in this game. The Royals are 28 and 29 on the road, 30, 26, and 1 to the under on the road. Boston's 38 and 21 at home, 32, 25, and 2 to the under at home. I actually think under 9 isn't the craziest thing in this game. I'm not in love with it necessarily, though. In terms of a side, I kind of like the Royals, unfortunately. Walker coming off a long start scares me, though. But Dustin May, his first time on the mound there at Fenway for the Red Sox, scares me as well. So this isn't a game I'm going to get too involved with, but yeah, just too many unknowns in this one for me. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Milwaukee Brewers going on the road to take on the Atlanta Braves. The Brewers are playing really well right now, winning 5 in a row, including the first 2 of this series. They're hitting the ball here in Game 3 to Jose Quintana. He's 8-4 on the year, a 3.50 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 16-9 win there against the Nationals. He's been very good over his last 5 starts. I really don't have anything negative to say about Quintana right now. We'll see what he can do against the Atlanta Braves. He hasn't faced them yet this year, but since his season has had some gaps in it, I expect him to be pretty good here down the stretch. The bullpen for the Brewers, I'm not going to get too excited about a 3.99 bullpen ERA, but they have shown some growth over the course of the year, so that's nice. The offense is crushing right now. 7-3, 14, 8, 16, and 3 over their last few games. They are currently 5th in the majors in runs scored, 3rd in batting average, and all of that has added up to them getting the top spot right now in the NL Central with a 4-game cushion over the Cubs. So we'll see what they can do here against the Atlanta Braves. They are 47-65 this season. They've lost 2 in a row, and yeah, they're a team that's having a really, kind of just disappointing year. Spencer Strider's getting the start here. He's 5-8 on the season, a 3.71 ERA. His last start was against the Royals, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and eventually a 10-7 win, but that really hasn't been the norm. Strider goes out there and puts up pretty good numbers. I'm not going to say he's dominant, but he's been pretty good. We'll see what he does against the Brewers. Obviously, that can be a bit of a tough team to face, but he hasn't faced them this year. The Atlanta bullpen, I'm not going to say they're headed in the right direction because they're all the way up to a 4.17 bullpen ERA. That's not great. And the offense, 2-1, 4-1, 12, 0, 6, and 10 over their last few games. This is not a dangerous offense. They're 25th in the majors in runs scored. They're 21st in slugging percentage, and I don't see those numbers really improving drastically here at the end of, going to be a very clearly significantly losing season. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Brewers are plus 118. The Braves are minus 135. I think that's just because Strider's on the mound, basically. We had a total of 8 in this game. Milwaukee's 32-24 on the road. They're a really good road team. They're 28-26-2 to the under on the road. Atlanta's 26-27 at home. 30-19-4 to the under at home. I mean, you could talk me into under 8 in this game maybe, but better than that, guys. I'll just take the Brewers as underdogs. Like plus 118 here on Milwaukee against a sliding Atlanta Braves team. Give me the Brewers here all day. Rounding into the home stretch, we've got the Chicago White Sox going on the road to take on the Seattle Mariners. The White Sox and Mariners are playing right now. Seattle up 8-1 in the top of the 8th. Seems like they're going to be okay in that one. The White Sox are going to hand the ball in this game to Jonathan Cannon. He's 4-8 on the season, a 4.77 ERA. Despite his amazing name, his last 2 starts have been terrible, really struggling against the Phillies and the Tampa Bay Rays. He's had some good stretches this year, don't get me wrong. We'll see what he can do here against the Mariners, but I'm not really expecting miracles from this young 25-year-old. It doesn't seem like he's on pace to close out the season strong. The White Sox bullpen's been much better than I would have expected this year, but a 3.91 bullpen ERA is not amazing. The offense is pretty bad. They're still 29th in batting average, 29th in slugging percentage. This has pretty comfortably been one of the worst offenses in the majors, and they've had some injuries, so things aren't getting better anytime soon. They're going to be taking on a Mariners team that needs every win they can get. They're in a dogfight out there in the AL West. They're 3.5 games back of the Astros. They're only 1 game up on the Rangers. It's pretty serious stuff there for the Mariners. Now, they're going to hand the ball to George Kirby in this game. This young 27-year-old is 6-5 on the year, a 4.13 ERA. His last start, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed there in a 6-0 win against the Rangers was big-time stuff. His last 2 starts were good. He has had his struggles this year. Now, would he struggle against the White Sox? That seems a little bit unlikely. It seems like a spot where this dude's going to go out and try and put up a crazy amount of strikeouts, if I had to guess. So we'll see if that happens. The Mariners' bullpen's obviously been pretty reliable all year long, a 3.63 bullpen ERA. The offense drastically improved from last year. Don't get me wrong, but is it an elite offense? I would say no. They're 19th in batting average, 12th in on-base percentage. We'll see how they do in this game, but I'm expecting them to get some runs here, obviously, against the White Sox, but I don't think they're going to go out and put up something crazy. So looking at the numbers here, I'm a little bit surprised to see them so lopsided. The White Sox are plus 215. The Mariners are minus 235. We've got a total of 7.5. The White Sox are 18-38 on the road, 33-20-3 to the under on the road. The Mariners are 31-25 at home, 27-25-4 to the over at home. I'm not interested in the total. I will take the Mariners to win this game, but I'm not taking a minus 1.5 or anything like that. So this game is definitely a stay away spot for me. Last but not least here, guys, we've got the San Diego Padres headed to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. The Padres and Diamondbacks are currently tied up 3-3 in the top of the 7th inning. So we'll see how that one finishes up. But here in game 3 of this series, the Padres will hand the ball to Nestor Cortes. He's 1-1 this year, a 9.00 ERA. I don't know. His last time on the mound was back in April. So what are we going to get out of this guy? Very difficult to tell. This is not, some young dude coming up. This is a 30-year-old right-hander, or 30-year-old left-hander, my bad. We'll see what he can do, but I'm not expecting miracles necessarily, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The Padres bullpen has been the best bullpen in the majors here down the stretch, so definitely lots of credit there for that. The offense, though, while they've been swinging the bats a lot better, hasn't been a dominant force this season. They're 24th in runs scored. They're 25th in slugging percentage. They're fine. Don't get me wrong. Are they elite? That seems like a bit of a stretch to say for the Padres there at the plate. So we'll see what they do here on the road against a Diamondbacks team that, looked like they were done with the season, but they've come back strong. They've won their last 3 games in a row, and we'll see if they can make it 4. This game would be their 5th straight win if they can come up with a win here. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Anthony DeScalfini. He comes into this game with a 4.91 ERA. He is a bullpen guy normally, but he made a start his last time on the mound. He was terrible against the Athletics. We'll see which version of him we get here. I'm not expecting miracles. Also, the Diamondbacks bullpen's been one of the worst bullpens in the majors this year, so a lot of negatives for the pitching staff. The offense has been hitting the ball well. We'll see if that continues in their current game and continues in this one, but feels like maybe a little bit of a stretch. So look at the numbers here. A lot of weird stuff in this game. The Padres are minus 145. The Diamondbacks are plus 120. A total of 9.5 out there. The Padres are 26-32 on the road, 32-24-2 to the under on the road. Arizona's 27-28 at home, 26-25-4 to the over at home. This isn't a game where I'm showing lots of value. If you are begging me for a side, I will take the Padres here at minus 145, but I'm staying far away from this one. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you if I have the chance. I will be driving a lot tomorrow, so keep that in mind. I appreciate you all watching. Make sure you're clicking the link down in the description. Check out stumpthespread.com. Get on those absolutely red-hot premium picks, and we've got NFL preseason picks already loaded up in there for the premium members on Thursday, so very good stuff in there. Get in on those early lines. I appreciate you guys watching. Get on that free email list as well. While you're over there at stumpthespread.com, sign up for a YouTube channel membership if you want a chance at that double giveaway that we're going to be doing on Thursday. Guys, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.